Alright everybody, Paperboy Trucker back at you. It's Tuesday morning after Memorial Day, about 8 a.m. And we are in Armorel, Arkansas. Population 312. Oh, so I picked up this load of tire shred Friday at Davis Rubber in Little Rock. And then, had the Memorial Day weekend. Got to go home for that. And left out this morning about 4:15 from the North Little Rock Oakley yard. Would have actually gotten here about half an hour ago, but there was a wreck on I-40 eastbound this morning that stalled traffic a good half hour. But anyway, that's how it goes. So a lot of the flatbedders pick up over here. They got steel beams. I picked up several loads as a Maverick driver a few years back. This is called Nucor Yamato, Armorel, Arkansas. But delivering tire shred, we're gonna go down here just over these railroad tracks and turn in here where it says truck, and we're gonna go in this scale here. We'll come out on the scale just to the left of this one, and we'll check in at that building there on the right. And what they'll have us do, there's a big sign over here, you gotta have PPE and all that. But after we check in, scale in, they'll have us pull up to the left up there in that little gravel pull-off lane, and I can go ahead and untarp, take my mud flaps off, and they'll actually send up an escort to escort us back to the dump site. That's how it works. Let me check in. Okay, got checked in. Just took 2 or 3 minutes. And as I said, he told me just to pull over up here to the left and wait for an escort. And then it's a pretty good drive back to the scrap yard. I'm not going to film all of that, but the escort will come and get us and take us back to the shred pile, dump, and then we'll come back here and scale out. I called my dispatcher Manuel about an hour ago and gave him my ETA here. He didn't give me my next order. Don't have any idea. Sometimes from here I'll go to Memphis, Annapolis, Missouri, back to North Little Rock. You never know. Alright, I'm gonna jump out, get my tarp rolled off and my mud flaps hung up. Okay, so I waited there about 12 minutes. And you can see my escort has arrived. That's the way they do it here. They don't let you just roam around back here in the scrap yard by yourself. I guess they've had trouble in the past with people going to the wrong place, trying to figure out how to get in and out of there. So this escort will take me back to the pile, wait for me to unload, and then bring me back here to the entrance. So that's how it works. So it's a bit back there. I'll pick this up when we get closer. So we've driven probably a quarter of a mile back here from where I last was filming. This is what they call the scrap yard. You probably can't see the entire space from your vantage point, but pretty big yard. And I think the tire shred pile is going to be just up here to the right. At least that's where it normally is. Looks like they've got some space cleared off on the other side, so I can back in there and dump. Sometimes, you know, I've delivered here before where I've had to wait for the front end loader to come by and kind of clear off some space so I have room to back in and dump. Alright, so basically I'm going to make this sharp right turn. That is the shred pile, and there is a claw grabber parked there. Doesn't look like he's really doing anything, but yeah, it's not the best spot to back up and dump, as you can maybe see, but that's what we got to do. I'm just going to try to find me a fairly flat spot there and back up. I'll try to show you some. All right, let's see how it came out. Oh yeah, you can tell it was wet, but I'll have to get in there with my broom and sweep it out. There's the pile. So yeah, it's real rough with all this debris out here, so when you pull up you have to do it very slowly. All right, so let me do a little work here, sweep out, and then we'll go scale out and see what's next. Okay folks, well, I got that done, and I'm almost back to the scale out. I called dispatch while I was making my way up here, and they said they didn't have anything for me right now. I'll call back in about 25 minutes. So, you know, it's like that sometimes. Especially around the end of the month, I've noticed. But coming back out after a holiday, sometimes, you know, it takes them a couple hours to get things going, or get things sent in from the shippers. You know, I'm not sure how it all works on that end, but anyway, they don't have anything right now, so I'm going to scale out and then pull over to the holding lot there where you see all those flatbedders securing, and I'll just sit over there and I got to roll my tarp up for one thing, but we'll just sit there and wait for instructions. All right folks, so I was parked here for about 15 minutes, and Buck Manuel, my dispatcher's assistant, called me. Didn't even have to wait the 25 minutes he mentioned. He called and told me to go ahead and head to Iuka, Mississippi, which I don't think I've ever been there, but it looks like it's in the northeast corner of the state. And it says we're getting copper, and it has to be a trailer that can accommodate a forklift. So I'm thinking this is going to be a lot like those loads you may have seen me do from the Remington plant in Lone Oak, Arkansas, where they drive the forklift onto the back of the trailer, and then it spins to dump the product in. That's what it sounds like, but we'll see. This is a new place, and it's going somewhere in Alabama. I hadn't even looked at that yet. So GPS says it's about a 3.5-hour trip, so that'll put me getting there about you know, by 1 p.m. 12:45, 1 p.m., something like that. So we'll see you there. Hey guys, I just need to take a minute to kind of explain what's going to happen in the next few segments of video. Unfortunately, you're going to see I decided to go ahead and put the footage in even though it has no sound, because the folks there were so good, and the footage was good. I hate that it didn't have any sound, but that happens sometimes, you know, when you change batteries and you put everything back. Sometimes the connection from the media module, which has an extra microphone on it, sometimes the connection goes bad, and I've ordered another one, by the way, so we'll hopefully not experience that anymore. But what happened is when I got to Iuka, Mississippi, I hope I pronounced that right, you'll see I'm getting a load of copper that I have no sound. The whole time I was there in Iuka, there's no sound, and then when I delivered it down in Loxley, Alabama, down near Mobile, there's no sound. And then when I made that delivery in Loxley, I also picked up a load at the same place. So at some point there, though, the sound comes back while I'm getting reloaded. But just wanted to explain that. I decided to go ahead and keep the footage even though there's no sound. And I'm sorry, Brenda at Iuka. She was such a good loader, and she let me film some, let me even go inside the warehouse there and film some stuff. So I'm sorry, Brenda, that the footage turned out you know, to have no sound. But anyway, just wanted to explain that. I apologize for that, but that's what happened. And then you'll see towards the end of the video, when I'm still down there in Loxley, we get video back for some of the reload. So that's what happened. Thank you. Okay folks, so I've dumped, swept out, got my door closed, got my mud flaps hung back up, and I'm working my way back to the scale. It's nice to have a scrapyard that's clean and concreted. So the scale guard told me to drive around and loop back on the scale like I was when I came in, since I'm in effect going to be scaling out empty and checking in empty at the same time to reload. Easy enough. They got plenty of room. And I really don't know exactly what I'm picking up. My work order just says scrap, so that could be anything. So we'll just do a big U-turn here, get back on the scale. Try to get loaded, get out of here. Like I said, I was correct with my assumption that this load will go, since it's going to Bowling Green, I thought it would go to Owl's Head, which is correct. Owl's Head, I think, recycling it's called, maybe. Not sure about that, but I've been there a couple of times before, and I've even picked up there as a Maverick driver. Picked up some aluminum, what do you call them? Aluminum ingots. Kind of a tough securement load if you're a flatbedder. All right, so let's wait for the scale guy to come out. All right, so I'm coming off the scale, and my instructions were to just spin around here to the right, and I'm going to be getting loaded right over here out of this door in this warehouse beside the scale. Then I'll come back through just like I did and scale out. Then I'm supposed to pull around to the other side of the scale house and back in, I guess, to secure my bows and tarps and whatnot. So my understanding was I just need to pull up here and I'll get loaded right here. So I'm going to park and get out and remove my bows. Okay guys, so I just started getting loaded. He had me pull over closer to the scale. Let me show. He's got a pile of what he calls flake inside there, and he said basically he'll fill up the trailer. I did have to remove my bows, and it'll be a light load, he said. I've hauled this stuff before, but not from here. So there's a pick. He's dumped one in so far. He's doing a second one right now. So it just looks like aluminum flake, maybe. So that's what we got. Gonna take him a bit to get the trailer full, but that's what we got. And then when I'm done, I'll have to do a U-turn back onto that second scale over there, scale out, and then circle back around. And he wants me to back in front of the scale house to tarp up and all that. So that's how it's working.